Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? It's your girl Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night. And I decided to jump on in and get the party started because the internet is pretty damn spicy. Now, it seems like Drake has everyone's panties in a bunch because he took a couple shots at some people, and the people are outraged about it. Okay, now naming some of the people that he took shots at in his new album that he released with 21 Savage titled Her Loss. He took shots at Meg the Stallion, Serena Williams' husband, and this guy named Dram from the Hotline Bling Cha Cha Slide fiasco. And it was a lot of opinions about it. A lot of people are trying to call for Drake to be canceled, while other people feel as though this is what he always does. It is what it is. Okay. And there has been a line drawn down the middle with everyone feeling some type of way, one way or another. Child. I posted on my page that I like the song Spittin' About You, which ain't got nothing to do with Meg the Stallion, child. I like the song Spittin' About You on the album. It got a nice little melodic flow. And child, I posted that I like the song Spittin' About You, and people coming for me in the comments talking about, oh, you must don't like Meg the Stallion. Spittin' About You ain't got nothing to do with Meg the Stallion, child. But we'll get into that a little later. So anyways, I like the song Spitting About You, and that's what I said. It is what it is, it is what it is. Okay, period. But let's get on into what has everyone upset. Let me play the clip for you guys in case you have not heard it. And let's get on into this gig, child. Did I hear about E. Dot Baby? Who is E. Dot? I don't know who E. Dot is, child. I ain't even gonna hold you. I don't who is E. Dot, child? Who is E. Dot? I don't know who E. Dot is. You ain't typing fast enough. So let me exit off that screen and let's get on into it. All right. So boom. Let me pull it up. So this is what he said. This bitch lie about getting shots, but she's still a stallion. She don't even get the joke, but she's still smiling. All right. So it says this be lie about getting shots, but she's still a stallion. She don't even get the joke, but she's still smiling. And this is a shot that basically has a double entendre. So basically in rap, there are many times where people will use metaphors that have double meanings. You know, Nicki Minaj does it all the time. She'll use a play on words that can mean this, but also mean that. And that's pretty much what this was. This was a shot about how many people have claimed that Meg the Stallion was lying about the incidents that happened with her and Tory Lanez. And this was a double entendre play on words, which has also a double meaning as far as women who get ass shots and being considered stallions as well. If you are a, built up woman, you kind of like, tall, not really short, you got a big butt and you fine, they call you stallion. Okay. And a lot of women who fit that characterization would be considered stallions. Now, it also relates to the actual Meg the Stallion. So it's one of those things where it's a double meaning. A lot of people in the comments were basically going back and forth about, well, no, he said shots, so he didn't mean Meg the Stallion. And then other people was like, yeah, he did mean Meg the Stallion. He meant both, okay? He meant both. Drake is smart and witty with his bars, and he meant both, okay? Am I outraged about it? No. Okay, be mad, fight your mama. I don't care. I'm just not. I feel like the thing that people do is they ignore a person's behavior until they say something about somebody that they like. Now, I've been listening to Drake music for a very long time, since his first mixtape. And he has always talked about women. He's always dissed women. He's always talked about the women that he messed with. he always talked about the industry beefs that he had. If he had a problem with Diddy, he talked about it in a song. If he had a problem with Meek Mill, he talked about it. He talked about every girl that he messed with. He talked about all the industry girls. He talked about the strippers. He talked about everybody. Okay. And nobody has been outraged about anything that he has said any other time. They wasn't mad when he brung up Bria Miles, Malai Michelle. They wasn't mad when he basically almost ended Meek Mill's career. They wasn't mad about anything else that he has said, period. But now that there is a shot towards somebody that they like, now it's, oh my God, he's so lame, he's so corny. So he wasn't corny when he was talking about all the girls that he effed, when he was name dropping all of these industry girls in his songs. That wasn't corny. But now, because it's somebody you like, and it's you know what I'm saying? So that's the only thing with me, is the selective outrage based on a person that you like. Now, I understand some people's position where they feel like people should not joke about domestic violence. And I get that. If that's your stance, if that's how you feel, I totally understand how a woman would feel like, listen, I understand you take shots, but I draw the line at domestic violence. I get that. And if that's your stance, I understand it. You could cancel who you want. You could not listen to who you want, and you could do however you want. But my contention with this, it doesn't feel like it's I'm drawing the line because I have a stance against domestic violence. It seems more so like I like Meg the Stallion, and if you say something about her, it got to be war. And less about if you have a moral compass. Now, if you have a moral compass and you feel like men should not take shots at women, and you feel like men should not do certain things, then you should have been canceled Drake out of your book. You know what I'm saying? If, in my opinion, because he's been doing this same thing forever, to me, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? He's always said slick stuff. He's always disrespected women. He's always took shots. He's always done this. So if you have a moral compass, I get it. Stand on it. But don't let your moral compass be fickle based on if there is an A-list celebrity attached to it. Now, a lot of people were also mad that he had made a comment about Serena Williams' husband. And they're like, oh my God, what did Serena's husband have to do with it? Y'all don't know what this man and Serena's husband got going on. I'm not about to act fake outrage because he mentioned Serena Williams' husband. Okay, now if he unwarrantedly went after, and some people feel like, oh, well, if he's going after Serena's husband, he's going after her. I don't look at it like that. I look at it like he went after Serena's husband. He dealt with Serena. They had a relationship, and something must have happened with him and the husband, and he took shots at the husband. If he took shots at Serena, I would feel differently. You know what I'm saying? But to me, I'm not going to act fake or outraged about that either. Also, people are mad that he made shots at the guy Dram, who had like a fiasco with the whole cha-cha hotline bling thing or whatever. So I'm going to pull up some of those things as well. And I want to open up the floor. If you guys want to give your thoughts, again, it's up to you. If you be mad at what you want. I'm not here to cap for Drake or Meg or anybody. If you mad about him doing blackface, if you mad about him making shots at her, you're entitled to your opinion and you can voice your opinion. And I'm about to open up the floor for you to do that. Me personally, I don't know. But let me pull up some of the other things that was said that had people upset. And Meg the Stallion also defended herself, as she should. If somebody is making jokes about something that happened to you that's near and dear to you, and you feel like they playing with you, then by all means speak up and defend yourself. There was some people who said that Meg the Stallion was playing victim because she was defending herself. I don't feel like she was playing victim. I feel like Drake basically took a shot at her and she went back at him. There was no victim playing about it. Okay, now if she's played victim in other instances, that's something totally different. But this specific instance, I don't feel like she was playing victim. There was a lot of people who was saying that also, and I feel like that's false. He mentioned her, she mentioned him back. Period as that. Period, point blank. You know? So this is what Meg the Stallion had to say. She said, I know I'm very popular, but y'all got to stop attacking weak ass conspiracy theories and bars to my name. LOL, ends nor hoes ever address me or at me with a fact or receipts. I am clout, B. Keep sucking my pee. And somebody said, he said stallion though, so technically he did say your name. And then she said, a stallion is slang for a tall, thick woman, which it is. And that's true. Stallion is slang for a tall, thick woman, and it is a double meaning at that. So in addition to her saying that, she says, stop using my shooting for clout, BS ends. Since when the F is it cool to joke about women getting shot? You ends, especially rap ends, are lame. Ready to boycott about shoes and clothes, but dog pile on a black woman when she say one of y'all homeboys abused her. And when the MFing facts come out, remember all y'all hoe ass favorite rappers that stood behind an N that shot a female. I know I'm very popular, but y'all got to stop attaching. Okay, wait. I already read that one. And then it was referencing to
this bitch lie about getting shots, but she's still a stallion. She don't even get the joke, but she's still smiling every night, late night, like I'm Jimmy Fallon.
All right. So then he made also references to Serena's husband. But this is what other people said. I think he was talking about booty shots. But once again, here the internet goes, misconstruing things and being messy. I hate to see it for them both. Y'all, please just kiss and make up. Life is too short. We still sad over Takeoff. Now, this person is right about him talking about the actual A shots, but wrong in thinking that he wasn't talking about Meg. It was a double meaning and he was talking about both. That's why he said she don't even get the joke, but she's still smiling. Okay? Because he was making it like a reference to Meg the Stallion being shot, but also where it applies to her. Like, that's why he says she don't even get the joke, but she's still smiling. He's talking about both. Period. Okay? And so
sidebar, Serena, your husband a groupie. He claimed we don't got a problem, but no boo it is like you coming for sushi.
All right. So right here, he shaded Serena's husband where he says, sidebar, Serena, your husband's a groupie. He claimed we don't got a problem, but Nobu it is like sushi. So basically, if y'all don't know, Nobu is like a very popular restaurant and they sell sushi. And so basically he's saying, no, boo-boo, like, yes, it is beef. Like, obviously he got beef. So people were very upset about this as well. They're like, oh my God, how dare he take shots at Serena's husband? How dare he call him a groupie? Well, we don't know what is going on behind the scenes. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes. So I'm not going to be mad if he took shots at, you know, a man that they could possibly have beef. I mean, I don't. He didn't say anything disrespectful to Serena. By
sidebar, Serena, your husband a groupie.
To me. But anyways, moving on. Let me see. Also, there was, what was there? Pardi started trending, which is Meg the Stallion's boyfriend. And he was trending because people felt like he should defend Meg the Stallion. So it says Pardi trends after social users say he needs to defend Meg the Stallion after the alleged Drake diss track. Okay. And this is one of those things where every time he defends Meg, y'all call him corny and tell him to be quiet. But then when he's quiet, y'all telling him that he needs to speak up. Like, which one is it? That's what I hate about social media is like every single time he has got on this platform and he has gone at people, when he went at The Rock, when he goes at anybody, y'all jump down his throat for speaking up. But when he don't hop out of bed in the middle of 2 a.m., because this what dropped last night in the middle of the night, when he don't hop out of bed in the middle of the night and say something, then it's, oh, you need to speak up. Like, so again, that's what the selective outrage, like, y'all want him, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when y'all feel some type of way about who the celebrity is, y'all didn't mind The Rock making a joke about Meg, even though it was an innocent joke and it didn't warrant a response. Y'all didn't mind that because y'all like The Rock. And it's always based on who y'all like more, how y'all morally feel somebody should move. And that's the fickle part about the internet to me. Somebody said Drake has to be jealous. Pardi isn't carrying and throwing him around like he does Megan. Pardi, when they tell him he got to clap back again.
Listen to everybody. Nobody believes in you. What are you prepared to do about it?
All right. Truth be told, Pardi can't fight all these people. He just needs to write her a song and have her go after all these men. I hope Meg be taking Pardi on trips and buying him Birkins, etc., etc. It's crazy how this app encouraging violence on Pardi after all the ish we saw this week. When Will Smith slapped Chris Rock for disrespecting his wife multiple times, y'all caught, and this mic drop, this is what I be talking about the internet, child. This is what I be talking about. This person deserves a mic drop. It says, when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock for disrespecting his wife multiple times, y'all called him a disgrace. Now, y'all want Pardi to slap ends for Meg? I get it, LOL, but y'all gonna complain either way, so does it really matter? Damned if they do and damned if they don't. I'd ignore y'all. Child, I need a little tiny mic to be able to drop because that was definitely a mic drop right there. For real. If Pardi not like this today, Meg gotta let him go. All right. And that was in reference to the clip. All right. Now, let me see what y'all talking about. Miss Candy Scott says Pardi picks and chooses who he defends against Megan. Like with The Rock, it was clearly a joke, and that was the issue. But the baby put her on blast, and he didn't say anything neither. Very interesting. Somebody else says, no one is obsessed with Megan but Pardi. Drake can just genuinely bit like Megan for his own reason. Why assume it's over Nicki Minaj? It's weird. Drake talk crazy because he got goons everywhere he goes. Let me see. Ninjas be so mad when a black woman experience black joy. Drake is a hater. Hey girl, I'm at work, but soon as I seen your alarm, I love you. Wait, I live. You know, I had to take an hour break. Okay, girl. I appreciate it. They said Nicki Minaj sent Drake to diss Meg. I don't know about that, but it could be true. I don't think that he needs Nicki Minaj to do whatever he gonna do. I don't think that Drake is a puppet that needs Nicki Minaj to tell him what to do. Somebody said, wait, he said something about SZA. He said something about him dating SZA like several songs ago. That's not on this album. That was a long time ago, like last year or something. He did a song and he released that him and SZA had a little fling. That was like songs ago. Marc Lamont Hill spoke up also, and this is what he had to say. He said, started listening to Drake album, was 3 tracks in when I read about the MEG the Stallion reference on Twitter. I won't be finishing the album, and please don't tell me it's just wordplay or that it went over my head. I'm very smart. I got it. Doesn't make it less gross. If Drake released a song with clever wordplay that mocked the shooting of a male rapper or any man of that matter, the same people defending him would be outraged. But of course, he would never do that. And right here, this last part of what he said, I feel like is false. These rappers mock other rappers' deaths and all of that, and people don't bat an eyelash about it. They talk about they smoking on this person pack. They talk about how all of this stuff, Little Durk talks about other rapper situations, and as long as the rapper is somebody that they don't like, people don't care about it. Okay, So people make reference about other rappers' misfortune all the time. And it's the same thing with this social media era. If they take a shot at 6ix9ine, it's okay. If they take a shot at somebody that they like, then it's not. It's all about who the more liked person is, whether it's a male or a female. If he takes shots at somebody that is a male that people don't like that died or something or got shot or had a situation, they wouldn't care. If he made a shot about Diddy and said something witty about Diddy like he's done before, people wouldn't care. If there was a situation where Diddy had got shot, but he also made reference to it, people would not care. It's about who they like more at the time, period. Like, no, I don't believe that, oh, if it was a male rapper, then people would be outraged. No, people are only outraged based on who they like more, period. Oops, I didn't mean to click on that. So then Dram. Okay. So Dram, who once accused Drake of copying his cha-cha song for Hotline Bling, kindly asked for a one-on-one fade after Drake disses him on Back Outside Boys.
Hey, somebody tell Drake to shut the fuck up about that shit, man. Fucking 5 years ago. This nigga never even fucking touched me, nigga. I pressed his ass. His fucking bodyguards, goddamn. I ain't gonna hold you. His bodyguards went to town on the kid. But his bodyguards did, not his bitch ass. He ain't touched me. He's a bitch. You know that. Come on, why I gotta goddamn get into all of that? When I see him, I see him. You know what I'm saying? What's good with the one-on-one though, my baby? What's up, my nigga? But you don't want to do that. You want to have your guards. That's cool though. He ain't touched me though.
All right.
I like to cha-cha.
All right. So he says that his song was jacked, you know. And wait, how did Hotline Bling go? Y'all know how it go.
I like to cha-cha.
Let me wait till it play the Drake part.
Cell phone. Late night when you need my love. Call me on my cell phone.
All right, so he said that Drake jacked that. And in the chorus, it says, Back Outside Boys, toting a 70 on the strip. I'm ready to die. Cutting the traction, been in the corner. Bet I make Ish glide. Tried to bring the drama to me. He ain't know how to cha-cha slide. I never lose sleep over no B. Way too much pride. Fill it up in a briefcase. Split the Ish with the vibes. Okay, so he was saying that was his clever word, a way of saying, child, he want to try to bring the drama because his name is Dram, you know, and child, you know, that's that on that on that. So let me see. Hold on, wait 1 second. Oh, okay. Child, Fila, I already sent you the link, child. I already sent you the link. Now, if anybody wants to come on and give their thoughts, the StreamYard link is in the chat. Y'all could click the link and tell me what y'all think about it. Let me see. I feel like the Cha Cha and Highlight Bling was two totally different songs, but you know, hell, Marvin Gaye was able to his people was able to sue who was it? T.I. and Robin Thicke. Was it T.I. and Robin Thicke? Or was it Pharrell and Robin Thicke? Over the minimalist piece of similarity. So, child. Let's see. Drake is doing all this for attention since he's been so quiet. I haven't heard from Dram since 2016. Like, that was so random. Let me see. It's the same song, just slowed down. I mean, I don't know. It sounds like two totally different songs to me. There has also been a lot of new developments with the whole Takeoff thing. There was a nurse who had went to the news who said that she was the woman who was in the video screaming, "I'm a nurse, I'm a nurse." So there was her coming to the news and she was giving her accounts on what she said. Jay Prince released a statement. Then there was rumors that Jay Prince unfollowed Quavo or vice versa. There was a lot going on. You said them songs sound the same to you? It sound like two different. Vice versa. Oh, you got to cut it off in the back, Fila. It's an echo. Thank you, Demaria. She said, if you would like to support the channel, Cash App Neek at Night 12, period. If you also would like to support, visit my website, www.neekatnight.com. Y'all can always go on over to my website and get you some cute items over there. You can get you some adult toys. I love that y'all be making sure that y'all selves is good by getting the toys on my website, www.neekatnight.com. Okay. Jay Prince lied on IG saying he wasn't there. He was at home and he was on camera, walked right past Takeoff body like it was another day. Not two totally different songs. If you have an ear for music, you'll listen again, Neek. Okay, girl. I mean, they do sound similar. I'm not saying that they don't sound similar. I'm just saying that the vibe of the song was different to me. Okay, Fila, you ready? All right.
I'm always ready. All you gotta do is hit the switch. You feel me?
Okay.
Hey, I see you covered a lot of topics today, and you're using a lot of big words, man. I see you. Your words got a whole new dress code today, talking about double entendres and all this whole stuff. I can't even pronounce. What's up with everybody out? And you know what I'm saying?
You use the double entendre.
I don't never use it. I mean, I heard about it, but I don't really know the definition. I guess it's a word that has two different definitions, right? Or it can mean two different things.
Yeah, two meanings for the same thing.
Hey, but I just wanted to I wanted to chime in on this Drake thing first. You know, I think that Drake, you know, with popularity, you know, comes scrutiny. You know what I mean? The more popular you are, the more people are gonna scrutinize and hang on to everything you say and try to look into what you say. Like if I walked into a Starbucks today and I just had a fight with the cashier because I felt he was being disrespectful, people might take his side, they might take my side, right? But imagine Drake doing the same thing or your favorite celebrity. It's going to be all kind of innuendos of why he did it, or people speculating, oh, he messed with so-and-so's girls and all kind of rumors, because, you know, that's what popularity does. You know what I mean? That's what celebrity brings. You know, you're always going to be under the microscope for any lyric, you know what I mean? Any change of dress code, any position you take, you know, on any type of, like say the elections are coming up and you say, you know, I want to go this way with the Republicans or the Democrats, right? Or the liberals. People are going to always look at it a little bit more in depth because of who you are and your popularity, you know.
A man in general making comments or jokes about Meg the Stallion being shot, because that's initially what they're mad about, him being a man and making a joke about Meg the Stallion being shot and saying that, you know, it's joking.
Right, I totally get it. But this is one thing that I always thought, maybe because I'm a male, you know what I'm saying, and a black male at that, and you know I grew up in an urban environment. We use a lot of slang, and I'm not making no excuses. So, you know, y'all don't type in the comments that I'm trying to back Drake or one way or another. This is just my own personal perspective. A lot of times when we say things, or, you know, the way we say things, a lot of time it's just us expressing ourselves. You know, being that Drake is, you know, like more of a musician, you know, he's going to want to say things for shock value. He's going to want to say things in a way that gets people attention and get people talking about it. And it sells records and sounds good with the music and the melodic, you know, the way he's trying to deliver it, right? So, you know, he could have meant it one way, he could have meant it a different way. He could have meant it both ways. But I mean, who's to say? They probably be talking on the phone, laughing and joking with each other, like, oh, you know, that wasn't cool what you said. He was like, oh, you know, I had to get you, girl, or whatever, you know, because I do that with my friends. You know, we might do things and certain friends amongst us think it's bigger than what it is. But, you know, on the backdrop, we be sitting there talking like, man, we was turned up the other night, man. Like, yeah, you got me good, bro, when you fired on me. But, you know, that was a cheap shot. But we really cool. We might be sitting there drinking, right? So I just think a lot of times with rappers, you know, as of late, you know, we have placed rappers on such a pedestal that every little thing they do, we find worthy to talk about and investigate. You get what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that he was right or wrong. I just feel like sometimes us as an audience, we look at rappers different than we critique, say, politicians, or we critique movie stars. You know what I mean? We don't go into their lines and say, oh, he said this in this particular movie, or, you know, he grabbed her up like this in this particular scene. But with the rappers, we take everything so, you know, like literal, everything they say, you know, and it could be tongue in cheek some of the time. I'm not saying it was, but I'm just saying that's just how I look at things sometimes when I hear these things being pushed back and forth. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but her tweets clearly show that they're not friends, and she wasn't, you know, tongue in cheek about it. She felt some type of way about it.
Well, you know, I think from MEG the Stallion's perspective, you know, like I said, I just speak for me. You know what I mean? Some will agree, some won't. But I feel like, this is just my opinion. I feel like, and I've said this before, the female rap game is front and center. You know, you got people that's been in the game a while, like Nicki Minaj, and even longer, like Lil' Kim. And I feel like a lot of those girls are trying to hold their position, right? And then you got girls that are not really new, but they're kind of like what you might consider, you know, a sophomore or a junior, right, in this rap game. And, you know, they're trying to cement their legacy. You know, those are the MEG the Stallions, you know, and the Cardi B's. But then you got these new girls, you know, that are vying for position, you know, your Glorilla's and, you know, all of these new girls, right? And I feel that it's always a play for relevancy. It's always a play for, you know, how much real estate are you taking up in this female rap culture that's exploding. So a lot of times when I hear different people respond to certain things, or people appear to be upset about certain things, while I do believe that they are, I do also believe that entertainment and the value of, you know, going back and forth with people and creating these conversations and jumping on certain issues is also at play too. You get what I'm saying?
All right. India, go ahead.
India.
Yo. I'm
What's up with
here.
you?
I don't know where she at. Well, I don't know. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. We can hear
Everybody
you.
hear me? I'm just gonna say this. I'm a Drake fan, first of all. Secondly, that's that man's opinion. If he feel like she lying, that's his work, his creation. He can state his opinion in his creation, regardless if it's gonna get him backlash or whatever. If he feel like that girl is lying, he got all right to say that. And honestly, me being a black woman, and I've seen it a lot in the comments, like, "Oh, y'all so quick to bash black women and this, that, and the third, and da 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 da." Megan ain't nobody to be trying to support, first of all. Secondly, if that man really shot you, why would you get back in the car with the person that assaulted you? Make this make sense. If y'all watch the footage of everything when the police came in the helicopter and she hopping on one leg, hopping backward, she was in the car. That man shot you, you gonna go get back in the car with the person that shot you? Homeboy, somebody shot you. Me and you in the car, your bestie in the car and your security guard, and I shot you. You getting back in the car with me?
Shit, I'm not.
I ain't either. So honestly, I really feel like she wasn't shot. And at this point, I think the main thing why she's so hurt about it and why she got a real big issue about it is because if you can sit back and look from the outside and look inside, it all look like lies to me. And I'm a big hip hop fan. I'm
comments who are calling you a pick-me.
I ain't a pick-me at all. I'm keeping it 100. You can say what you want to say, but ain't no way I'm getting back in the car with somebody that shot me. Ain't no way.
To the people in the comments who say, where else was she supposed to go?
Run. She in the neighborhood. She clearly said she was right around the corner from her house. She was 5 minutes away from her house. She was able to hop backwards and to twerk the next day, and 2 and 3 days later, she was able to go and get help. She was able to go to one of them houses and knock on the door. She was able to run and scream, help, help, help. she was able to do any other thing but to get back in that car. Make this make sense. I'm not getting back in the car with a person that shot me. I don't care who in that car. I don't care if Jesus in that car driving it. I'm not getting back in there. Bottom line.
Hey, let me say this real quick. The only way I can make that make sense is this. She might have been a little intoxicated, you know what I mean? And sometimes when we intoxicated, it's early morning, it's a lot going on. We don't make the best decisions. I'm not saying she was, but I know sometimes when I was intoxicated, I look back and I say, man, why did I do that? I was tripping. I put myself in harm's way, or I shouldn't have been with her, or I shouldn't have went over there with them. So maybe that played a little bit of part in it. You know what I mean? Maybe it was turned up in that fashion. You get what I mean?
A bullet though, bruh?
No, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I'm just saying a lot of times, you know, it'd be a lot going on. You know, it'd be alcohol and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And
Man,
things,
you know the burn of a bullet. The burn of a bullet is gonna override any alcohol sensation you feeling. That shit burn.
I'm just putting it out there to see what you felt about that. Maybe it was some
definitely
other
burn. Them bullet wounds burn, bruh.
Oh yeah,
so honestly,
times that's facts.
Facts. And like I said, I ain't no pick me, I ain't no prissy, no girly or none of that. I'm from the streets. And I'm speaking real live facts. Ain't no way somebody that got shot by somebody about to go and get back in the car with the person that assaulted them. Make this make sense.
Okay.
Well, thanks for calling in.
Comment said that have you been shot before, and do you know from experience?
Yes, I have. And that's why I'm talking about that burn. And ain't no way that I was going to get back with the person that shot me. And that's why I'm talking about that burn. Because I can only speak for shit that I done been through. Ain't no way.
All right. All righty. Well, thank you, India.
You're welcome.
All right. If there's anybody else that wants to come on, you guys could come on. Fila, was there anything else that you wanted to say?
Yeah, I want to talk about this Jay Prince situation. I feel like, you know, a lot of people that I've heard
a whole different show, don't you think? I just mentioned it real quick, but go ahead.
I just want to say something real quick, because I hear a lot of people say, you know, that these celebrities should have security guards and a lot of things like that. And I agree 100%. But just in real life, you know, just as even a normal guy walking around, right? I should probably, in certain places I go to, you know, I'm a licensed firearm carrier. I should have it, right? But I don't, because of where I'm going. Maybe my cousin's house, my homegirl's house, and I feel comfortable around certain settings, right? And I feel like that was the scenario, you know, with Quavo and Takeoff. You know, I figured that they felt like the people they was around, I'm not gonna say no names because people already put it out there. I figured that they've done business numerous of times, and they've been over each other's house, and they probably been on vacations, and they do a lot of business. So I felt like they felt like this is the security team. This is the best security team, or the best people I could have around me, along with their personal people they had, right? So in that perspective, I just think that that was a tragic situation. And I want to take this time to say rest in peace to all, you know, the rappers and all the people who lost their life, you know what I'm saying, this year. It's been a very tragic year just for us as a people, you know, and be safe out there, you know. And last but not least, you know, rest in peace to Takeoff, man. I believe that young man was a good spirit. Every time I seen him, he seemed to be like, you know, a polite young man. You know, he had educated about the way he moved around and talked and stuff like that. And he was one of the guys I would have liked to see, you know, stay around and continue to grow as a solo artist. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel you on that. But we're gonna make that a whole different video.
For sure. Yeah, I feel you.
Diva Oracle.
Hey, babe.
Hey, what's your thoughts?
But see, you said you was gonna do a different show, but y'all have brought up Drake. Drake is forever wearing that owl, representing that OVO. You know, the internet is a vast place of information, and there is lots of documentaries out there. I guess celebrity devil worship, and Moloch is a recurring owl god. That guy, the crazy guy Alex Jones, had actually went to one of their gatherings called the Bohemian Grove and took pictures of them worshiping a great big owl. In the Bohemian Grove is where politicians and, you know, presidents and stuff decide that there will be wars or where the economy will go. I am not offended because as a Black woman, I'm offended that like Kanye and Kyrie is telling people we have allowed other people to dominate our culture, to come in and be able to call us the N word. And
Wait, what are you are which I'm a little confused. So just are you talking in
I'm
what are
talking about Drake and his references in his new album, how he got the Black girl on the cover, with the gold around her teeth, and it's kind of like mocking. I don't know what the aesthetic is about. Like, are you celebrating us? Are you mocking us? Is this your target audience? That's who we are. We rock fangs. We rock, open tooth golds. We rock, bottom layer teeth. So Drake, coming from Canada, being raised in a Jewish community, he knows what respect is. In reference to your last caller, is what I was talking about, Neek, is because she was saying in the sense that Megan Thee Stallion didn't deserve empathy or her day in court, that because of her, and I don't care either way, but the fact that Drake is using his celebrity to kind of bully her and then say like, I'm doing it for Jay Prince, and other references in his songs. I just don't like it. I don't.
wait, you're conflating two different things. He didn't say he did anything about Megan to Jay Prince. He said he linked up with Kanye. Basically, he linked up with his ops on the behest of Jay Prince. That's two totally different subjects that you're conflating.
To you, on your next show, when y'all talk about Jay Prince, I would like for you to talk about Jay Prince's relationship with OVO. It's
But
to
what does
me
that have to? Because you started to bring you. So your issue is
that you have Jews over Black
because
culture
you brought up the
controlling
Black
our
people in the
images, and
picture.
Drake is one of them.
Wait.
And
Pause.
he has a strong
Wait,
association with Jay Prince. Okay.
pause. You came on and you said about Drake and the Jews, and then you said about the Black woman on the picture. Then you mentioned Meg, and then you mentioned Jay Prince. So for me, it's like you're conflating a lot of different things together, and I'm like, what? Like
So I'm sorry to confuse you. I'll repeat. In my opinion, right now, in the media issue for Black people is the Jewish community is saying, be quiet about the control we have over your images and your entertainers in general economy. I'm saying Drake is not all the way Black. He is half Jewish. So he, just like we went to church, he went to the synagogue. So he was not around the projects. He was not around the ghetto girls. With Megan Thee Stallion references in his music, with him bringing up Dram, these are people who are most likely from the community that he's able to draw his talent and his ambitions from, duplicate and imitate our art, and control our images. Using his celebrity, he's saying in one of his songs that he has a tight allegiance with Jay Prince. I'm telling you, Jay Prince in OVO is a lot deeper.
but we've been knowing that he's been with Jay Prince. So that's the part where it's like,
so rest in peace to Takeoff. But Jay Prince, Drake, OVO, they have deeper ties.
but we've been knowing that though. That just be my only thing. Like y'all, a person will say a line and y'all act like it's new news or y'all dropping.
We've been knowing that Jay Prince.
About
Okay, so you're acknowledging that he has a close
people in the
relationship
chat,
with
they
Jay
be like,
Prince.
she telling the truth, she on point, but it's like, who didn't know that? That's the same thing with Kanye. Like y'all be acting like stuff is so like a revolutionary. And
I'm
it's
not trying to be revolutionary, Nick. I'm trying to tie my talking points together, and I'm not attacking Jay Prince or Drake's allegiance. I'm just pointing out that they're very close and they have a tight bond. So when we talking about some Megan Thee Stallion and getting shot, and he's using that as a point in one of his songs, Let that girl have a day in court. Jay Prince has tight allegiance to the guy Carl who got her 1501 label. So I'm sure Drake is taking a personal shot, but he didn't talk back at Soulja Boy or when DMX was calling him out, or when a few other men in the industry was saying things like Dram even said it took him 5 years to reference him. But at this point in our celebrity media culture, the news is Megan Thee Stallion is going to court for her record, for her shooting. She's a hot topic. And so we do have rappers, including the baby, who is a black man, using her to pull in record sales. Everybody knows that. Everybody says that. That's all that I was basically saying. I wasn't looking to argue. I was just saying the point.
No, I wasn't looking to argue either. I just the last part of your point made sense. You made sense in connecting the reason why you feel like he may have made a shot at Megan. I get it now, but at first you were all over the place, to be honest.
But it's because it is all over the place. It's very broad. Like I said, they are using our images against us.
I don't feel like that was that broad to just say that Drake got allegiance with Jay Prince and that's why he might have an issue with Meg. It took a lot for you to get to that specific, like,
but that's a smaller point if you miss the Bohemian Grove and the Owl, because that's the bigger point.
All kind of stuff.
But Nick, that's the esoteric point that I was really trying to make. That the Jews have control over our images.
But do you understand how you start talking about an owl and the symbolic meaning of the owl? But
so that you could understand that. So that you can understand
where the line, like you didn't like the whole owl and the demonic and then the black girl. It just all was, to me, all over the place. Y'all in the chat claim that y'all get it. I got the last.
Well, I'm glad somebody got it, Nick. You have a good one.
Yeah. Okay. Marilyn. Oh, hold up. Marilyn.
Oh, hello. I'm sorry, no, going outside, walk my dog. Oh, can you hear me? Is my background too loud?
Yeah, we can hear you. You sound good.
But hold on, wait before you talk. It's not about her going deep. It's not about that. It's just the things that she was saying, it was conflated. If her main point was that she feels like he may have took a shot at her because of his allegiance to Jay Prince, and because they're close, then that makes sense. All the stuff that she said to get around to that point was not connected. Y'all want to
you know what it was, Nick? You know what it was? You know what it was? She's a very educated person, and she really wanted to take a deep dive on things that were a little bit more deeper than the surface things that she might want to express. And I think she was kind of not finishing one topic before she was kind of like trying to bring them both together. And it did get a little confusing in what she was trying to deliver. But I kind of understand the point that you're saying, like cover the point and then move on. With her, I think she was really wanting to go deep, but she just kept kind of coming back to the subject of how she felt like Jay Prince and OVO were tight, which a lot of us know already. And I just think maybe she wanted us to see some things under the surface, but she just didn't really kind of like pick which one she wanted to talk about. And it might have came across like to those who really wasn't like really on what she's on already, kind of like a bundle of just kind of different conversations. You get what I mean?
I mean, that's what you're saying. I feel like she was just trying to make something sound deeper than what is obvious. Like me knowing about Drake, I know that he hangs out with Jay Prince. I know that Jay Prince is the one who orchestrates a lot of stuff. And I know that Jay Prince is very instrumental in his career. So to me, it's like, you're like,
well, the deeper thing that she was trying to talk about was, this is the deeper thing she was trying to express, or I ain't gonna say trying to, because she probably expressed it in her mind. She was trying to express the symbolism behind what the owl represents. She was talking about the symbolism of Dre's new cover. She was going into what is Drake's position, because Drake is more leaning towards Jews and all of these different secret societies of why things might have deeper implications of why he do what he do. But I don't think she really stuck to that topic and explained it thoroughly, because she went back to, OVO has, Jay Prince is back. And it was just kind of like a bundle. You get what I'm saying? It wasn't just, this is what I'm talking about, and now that you got that, let me move on to this. It was like going back and forth. and we really couldn't draw a conclusion other than OVO and Jay Prince, Rap A Lot Records have tight ties, which we feel like the general public knows already. You get me?
I don't know. I just be feeling like people hear the obvious, but if somebody make it try to sound deep woke, then they like, oh, she's saying something, and it's information that we already knew. That's just
it's sort of like, you know what it is? I'm gonna just make a joke right now. It's sort of like your boy Brooks that was in court when he had the boxes in front of him and he kept asking the judge, you know what I mean? Was all her credentials up to par? Sometimes it gets deep like that and into all these other things, to where people be like, man, what are you talking about? You get what I'm saying? They don't even want to deal with all that. You get what I mean?
All right, go ahead, Marilyn.
Hi, I'm still outside. I hope you guys can hear me. My background's not loud. I'm just walking my dog.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I just want to go back to the Megan thing. Actually, first of all, sorry. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Okay.
First of all, like, I'm a huge fan of Megan, but I can also see, like, between, I can differentiate between being a fan and being a stan and also like that. So I'm trying to be unbiased as possible. I do think personally that this situation where we just had these whole conversations about, violence in the Black community and Black on Black crime, quote unquote, and saying all these things and being theoretical and being philosophical about how we move forward, how we need to stop this. And then, and I know Drake is an artist. That's cool. And that's wonderful that he's an artist and everything. He has every right to be creative. However, I don't think this was an opportune time to do that, to publish a song like that, or at least wait till stuff blow over, because we're still trying to have these conversations about how we as a Black community move forward with this whole different subsets of, especially in this regard, violence and everything. How do we move forward? And then, of course, you have to expect that there's going to be backlash. I feel like he knew exactly what he was doing with the double entendre. He knew that if I put this out there, people are going to take it this way or that way. It just depends. And he was willing to take that risk. But it just wasn't the right time. And two, I don't think it's a right to, whether you like Megan or don't like Megan, when you like Tory or don't like Tory, to make such profound decisions as far as, was she lying? Was he lying? Who was wrong? Who was right? Mentioning her sexuality, mentioning his sexuality. It does, like, that don't negate what's the bigger picture here, which is the violence against one another. Like, that's what's important. That's what we need to figure out. How do we stop this? How do we have conversations that are progressive so we can end these issues? But instead, we're sitting here choosing sides, picking and choosing who we defend, who do we stand behind, who do we say, yeah, they didn't deserve that. Because I'm reading the comments and some of them were saying, oh, she's hypersexual, so she don't deserve to be respected. What? She's a human. Like, if you don't,
can I interrupt you just for 1 second?
Okay.
I just want to ask you a question. Okay. If you found out that President Joe Biden, right, was getting high on fentanyl and sticking heroin in his arm every night, would you still respect him when he got to the podium and talked about, what was going on in America? Would you listen to him?
That's a very extreme case.
No, it's just a question.
Versus, okay, hold on.
No, I'm not saying versus. I'm just saying that question stands alone. Would you respect him?
But you already know my answer, because if someone's like doing drug issues and talking about drug issues, and it is kind of hard to listen to him. But
let me tell you why I said that. I said that because of this. Most people, in my opinion, I think most people, when someone has a certain image in their mind, when certain things happen, they kind of have that still impression of them when they judge that person or they react to that person. You get what I mean? I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that sometimes, image does come along with how, people's perception of you is. Excuse me.
I'm sorry, I'm walking inside. That's fair. And that's very fair. I understand that. However, and I'm not trying to negate what you just said at all. It's still the fact that this isn't a situation where, she's trying to be a representative for like anti-alcoholism and she drinks alcohol. This is not the type of situation. This is a situation where something happened to her, something traumatic, because PTSD and all these different types of mental health issues are very big in the Black community, but we don't talk about it, right? She's been talking about it. They told her to shut up. She stopped talking about it. But other people mention it. She responds. Everybody's like, you don't deserve to respond. You're not respectable. At the end of the day, she's a human being. If we can respect any other person in the Black media, as far as, like, for instance, we respected the Migos enough to know that they're going through a tough time, so we should give them love, right? But they do stuff that they're not the poster child of goodness and gracious, but we still respect them as human beings to give them that love. So why can't we do the same thing for Megan? Regardless of her lifestyle, because I mean, none of them live the most Jesus-like lifestyles, but we still respect them as human beings. And that's all I'm saying for Megan. She deserves that respect. All of us do. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you do something terrible or something I don't agree with, I'm still gonna respect you as a human being. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit there and say that, oh, you don't deserve respect, because you do, because you're a human. And I don't think it's right that we sit here and talk about, oh, we shouldn't be, is a Black Lives Matter supposed to matter, right? But oh, it doesn't matter when it comes to Black men. When the whole time Black Lives Matter was only about Black men. We forgot about the Sandra Blands. We forgot about the other smaller women who never got spoken about. Like there was 2 years ago, there's a woman that was found dead in the back of a cop car, and that came and went. To this day, her death has not been solved. So
hey, you seem very intelligent. What's the young lady's name that's for the most part she has a Caucasian husband and she's a
Candace
Republican?
Owens?
Yes. Do you respect her?
I respect her as a human being. I don't respect her views. I just
Okay.
respect her as a human being. That's how I'm saying. Like, I don't have to agree with what you say, agree with what you do, but I still respect you as a human. Point blank, period. So
let me
something
ask you a
traumatic
question.
happens to her. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. I like the way you express that. So do you think that people can also say something like what you just said towards MEG the Stallion, say, I don't believe her, but I still respect her?
But I'm sorry. Repeat that, please. I'm sorry.
You know what you just said about Candace Owens, right? Mm-hmm. You said you don't agree with her, right? But you respect her as a human being, right?
Exactly.
Could it be possible that these people who are saying they don't they don't believe MEG the Stallion, that's not automatically accompanied by they don't, believe in her as a human being? Then maybe they just don't believe her. Maybe they do respect her. Maybe we shouldn't assume that, they don't respect her. Maybe it's just their opinion that they don't believe her. You get what I'm saying?
No, I do know what you're saying, but there's people literally in the comments saying that she's not respectable because she's hypersexual and whatever else. They literally said in the comments that she's not respectable. Not everyone in the comments, but there were a couple. And I was just like, she's still a human being. Everybody deserves respect. Just because your personal belief that you don't like what she does and whatever, you still gotta respect her as a human. So same thing with Candace Owens. If something bad happens to her, I'm not gonna be like, yeah, she deserves it. I'm gonna respect the fact that something bad happened to her, despite that I don't respect what she says. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this question just to put stuff in perspective. Do you believe in the Bible? I'm just curious.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so do you believe, like, if you walk up to the pearly gates, right, and God look at everything you did, you was out there pimping, you was out there robbing, extorting people, and then you just tell God, you look him in the face and say, hey, but I still deserve heaven, I still deserve respect, I'm still a human. What you think he gonna do? You think he gonna judge you, or he gonna say, yeah,
I'm not saying that because she's a human being that she deserves stuff outside of respect. I'm not saying that she deserves to be given $1 million because she's going through something. I'm saying that she deserves respect, period. I'm just saying.
I understand that, but I mean, you have to define what respect is.
But you're using comparison.
I'm gonna pause both of y'all. So there's some people in the chat who feel like Fila is gaslighting. They feel like she's making points. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't feel like he's gaslighting. I feel like people have to be realistic here. I think that a lot of times we want to have this certain, we could do whatever we want and have nobody have opinions about it type of fantasy, and that's not realistic. If I am a person who I do porn, okay, say I get on camera and I'm sucking and humping men on camera for money, people are not going to give me the same respect as they would give a teacher. That's literally what Fila is trying to convey. He's asking certain questions, but that's literally what he's trying to convey.
That's all I'm saying.
Chat are trying to act like y'all don't understand that, and that's literally what he's saying. If I'm a porn star, if my profession is porn star and I'm sucking D, y'all gonna disrespect me. But if I'm a teacher, y'all gonna give me more respect. If I'm a lawyer, y'all gonna give me more respect. So what he's saying is certain outcomes that you put out there is going to yield different opinions about you. That's literally all he was saying. And y'all in the chat saying he's gaslighting her, he's doing this, he's doing that. Well, maybe he didn't ask the right questions, I don't know, but that's literally what he's saying. And
hey, Nick, let me say this last thing just really, really quick. For everybody that think, maybe I am, gaslighting because the way I express myself and the way, I use more like parables instead of being straightforward. You got a whole nation of people that feels like Meg the Stallion and women like her are dragging black women 1,000 miles backwards by what they talk about and their subject matters and their influence on young women coming up trying to find their self. So, you know, it's a head side, it's a tail side, and whichever side you fall on, I'm just expressing what I see. I don't really have a side. I'm just asking these questions to make people think and maybe provoke a different perspective on these issues we're talking about.
Right. Those of you guys who are watching me on Facebook, I'm also streaming on YouTube. So YouTube is my primary streaming source, but I just recently started to, you know, go more on Facebook too. We're gonna go to thoughts. Marilyn, you can hang on. Thoughts. What's your opinion?
I appreciate you letting me on. I mean, on the surface level, as anybody that's making music, that's an artist to me, I feel like you have the realm and the range to speak on whatever you want to speak about. And you can talk about whatever you want to talk about creatively to me. As a comedian, as an artist, or somebody who draws something, someone who makes poetry, who makes music, who tells stories, I feel like you should be able to deliver whatever message you want. Now, you're responsible for that message, but I'm not going to condemn anybody for sending that message. To me, that's surface level. That's how I'm looking at just generally how he spoke on the situation. What he did, it was a double entendre. To me, it was creative. It definitely could be considered inappropriate and offensive, but what isn't offensive when it comes to music? And then to kind of tie it in on a bigger level to what the other caller was talking about that people said they didn't understand, I kind of seen her as saying basically Drake is one of the agents of chaos, right? One of these agents that promotes that divisiveness between us, and look how it does it. Like in this situation right now, we're talking about Drake speaking about Megan the Stallion and her situation, and this is not necessarily just what happens is we live vicariously through these artists. So when we talk about image and like this is how people are accepted, like my man Fila was saying, like it does play a part in how people accept you. So now, in some people's minds, some people looking at Megan the Stallion as some fast, over sexual woman, blah blah blah. You're out here doing this thing. You got a situation where we don't even know what the truth is or not. You know what I mean? So there's people standing in that place because they're recognizing women who may be reckless and doing things of that nature, putting themselves in situations like that. And because they're women, they get, maybe coddled, or it's not looked at the same way. And then on the flip side, you have women that really go through stuff, women that really have drama going on, that have been victims of violence from men, and they can kind of relate to this situation, maybe saying something to somebody and you're not believed, or that you don't think that you can be hurt even if you say something, so you keep it to yourself. Those women are the ones standing for Megan Thee Stallion. Now you have two people on two sides fighting with each other over some fucking celebrities we don't even know.
Right.
When there's people,
I'm gonna pause you right here. I'm not sure if this comment was directed towards me or not, but I'm going to address it. It says you're standing up for patriarchy and misogyny, and that's just ugly. And this goes both ways. If you see a man walk to your door in a suit and tie, he's suited and booted, and he's selling some type of service to you, and he's saying this is the best service ever, and it's actually a good service that you could benefit from, are you more likely to do business with him? Or if another man selling the same service came to your door in a t-shirt with his pants hanging below his butt, and he walked up to your door, he was not properly dressed, he's reeked of marijuana, and he had all that going on, and he offered you the same service, who are you more likely to do business with? The man who is in a suit and tie, or the man who comes to your door, or anything? Like it applies both ways. And that's literally all that he was saying, is that how you present yourself is how people will perceive you and base their opinions off of what you put out in the world. That's literally what he's saying. That is the same thing. How is that not the same thing? Both of it is judging a person off of their appearance.
right?
So how is that not the same thing? That's literally the same thing. They're offering the same service, but their appearance and their image is two totally different images. It's the same thing.
I mean, we could just make it like relative to our culture. I mean, like you can't talk about, you gotta,
misogyny.
if you a man with dirty ass shoelaces, if you a man with dusty ass sneakers, if you a man who edge up ain't right, if you a man who probably on the bus, you definitely gonna be looked at as a dusty ass, broke ass And nobody's gonna make you feel no ways about not talking to that man and not being with that man. But definitely his image and his presentation affected the way you felt about him, and you made a general judgment and decision, and you're not wrong for that. Men understand that at a very young age, that a lot of the way we present ourselves is how we're accepted, and I understand that. It may not be the same for women. The degree to women is, I could say, is not fair. It could be a little unbalanced, but we both have to do the same thing. We both have to fight different types of battles, and they're not the same because one's a man and one's a woman. You know what I mean? But sometimes as men, we feel like we say things like that is already misogyny, all of this stuff. But if you say you don't want to talk to a man for these certain reasons, or he's short, or he has this amount of whatever situation may be, it's cool. It's accepted. That's just reality. That's the way it is. You know what I mean? Be consistent on both sides.
Right. I'm gonna let you talk, Toy, but let me respond to this person right here. She says, if a woman is too provocative, she doesn't deserve respect or empathy for getting shot by a man. Now, I have seen many comments, and the reason why many people have not taken Meg's position has not to do, and I know that I know that Fila in the caller was kind of going about sexualization or whatever, but let's be real here. Most of the reason why people did not take Meg's stance is because they felt as though she was twerking early. They felt as though the story changed. They felt as though the events that she laid out was inconsistent. When she was interviewed about her dealings with Tory, people looked at it and they felt like when she was asked, did they have a sexual relationship? They felt like it was a lie. There was a lot of things or reasons why they didn't take her position, and it wasn't because she wears twerk clothes. If we're being honest. Go ahead, Toy.
Hey, me. Woo, okay. Before I even say my comment, I just want to make it clear that I do not support domestic abuse, violence against women in any way, shape, or form. Period. End of subject. End of sentence. Now, the subject at hand, though.
Hold on, wait, I'm gonna pause you 1 more second. Somebody said, I saw all that, so she shot herself then. I never said that she shot herself. And that's the thing that also that y'all be putting words in people's mouths. I believe that she was a victim of Tory accidentally, or whether it's on purpose. That's yet to be determined. And I feel like it may have, been a gray area between the two. Okay. And that's my thing. I don't think that she just randomly just got hit. I think that she was injured, but it's a matter of, was she injured in the way that was conveyed, or was she injured as a result of more to it? Nobody's saying that she was not injured. Nobody's saying that she wasn't shot. Nobody's saying that Tory wasn't the person. It just was a lot of factors in that as well. There was the glass introduced. There was all kind of other factors introduced. There was medical reports that was revealed. There was things that doctors said. There was reports of, oh, this was glass. And then there was another report that said it wasn't glass. And then there was reports that this wasn't a gun wound, and this part was, and this part wasn't, and this was this and this. There was a lot of factors that went into it. You guys are acting like people are going off of just one thing. Go ahead, Toy. Sorry, I'm not gonna cut you off no more. Go ahead.
No, you're fine, Nick. Your show. You cut everybody off.
Yeah, she was her show.
I think the thing that the outrage, like you said, it's fake outrage because it's rap. Let's be clear. It's rap. The name of the game is taking shots, dissing people, being slick, being foul, being witty, wordplay, all of that. So is it disgusting? Is it unnecessary? Is it what you and I would do? No. Yes, it's not what the normal person off the street would do. You want to give people grace and understanding for their situation. Is that what they do in rap? Absolutely not. That's not what they do. You hear how these rappers talk to one another, about one another. The way that Trippie Redd or Chief Keef, or when those guys are talking about shooting, killing, all this stuff that they say to one another, nobody bats or blinks an eye. So when Drake is saying what he said about Meg and everybody's being so outraged, it's like, yes, it is fake outrage, because that's a part of being in the rap game. You're going to take shots at people. So if she wants to be in a rap game, this is a part of it, boo, because you put your business out there on a public platform, whether people want to believe you or not. You sat down and did the Gayle King interview. So you made more details available. You did all those IG's lives. You put out all those tweets on the incident prior to going to court. It's an ongoing court case. So people have a say. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody has a stance. So people are going to speak about it. Is it unfortunate? Yes. Is it deplorable? Yes. Is it a part of the rap game? Yes. People are going to talk about it. Whether you were shot, grazed, bruised, scratched, bumped your head, people are still going to talk about it. That's a part of being a rapper. So I don't get why people are saying, oh, it's too low. No, he could have gone a lot lower. A lot lower. So I don't know. Maybe it's just me not understanding why people are so outraged with the line that he said, because I was like, a lot of people could have
People
gone
are outraged because they feel like a man should not make light of a domestic violence situation and a woman getting shot. They feel like she is a Black woman and she was done this unjust thing, and they feel like that should not be a joking matter. That's why some people are outraged, and some people are outraged just because simply they like Meg as an artist and they don't want nobody to say something.
I get it, but then it's like these same people who are being outraged are the same people who are online saying that she didn't get shot. They don't believe her. They're listening to Tori's music. So it's like, pick a side and stay on that side.
But it's
So
not everyone that's saying that. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
no, go
I
ahead.
apologize. Because I'm one of those people who was. I agree that that it just wasn't the right time to do something like that. Because personally, it's one thing if she wasn't like it just happened and it's already over, court case, boom, done, whatever, and she's not still traumatized about it, she's still not crying about it. But she is, and as someone, I don't support that type of stuff at all. So if I'm me saying it personally, speaking for myself, saying that hey, he shouldn't have done. I don't agree with him doing that. I don't agree with him doing that. Not because, oh, I'm still listening to her music. No, I just don't agree with him doing that. I don't agree with the whole situation. I'm waiting for the court case to come out. I'm waiting for the evidence stuff and that stuff to happen in that regard. But however, I just don't think that it was the right time to do this. And especially because of the conversations we were having, and especially given the fact that we're supposed to be moving forward and we've been saying don't make excuses for stuff. And here we are picking and choosing what we're going to excuse or not, you know?
I mean,
I think
I'm sorry.
I think also people are acting as though like this was. I mean, I understand
It's
that
always going
Takeoff.
to be excused about domestic
I,
violence
I think
because
Takeoff.
it's about revenge and retaliation.
All right, pause. Um, part of what you said, Marilyn, was the conversations that we're having around gun violence. The conversation just happened because of Takeoff's death. I'm sure this album was made
Way before that.
for that. So you can't kind of mix those two together because people recently are speaking out about that.
Oh no, I get what you're saying. I totally have accepted that fact that this was probably a project that was already done beforehand. However, comma, you can pull when something's gonna get released or not. You can. Like most, especially somebody of his caliber can pull. Like Nicki Minaj just pulled her stuff like, no, I'm not gonna release it this day, release it the next day. Just an example. So it's not like I mean, I'm not saying that that's a
they had already
That's a lot to ask. That's a
so
lot to ask. You asking somebody to pull their
I'm
album
not
because
I'm not
of
asking. I'm just saying that I'm saying that if given the sensitivity that's going on, I I don't think that he did not have the power to do so. Just kind of, playing devil advocate on that side. I'm not saying he shouldn't have or shouldn't stop his release, whatever. I'm just saying that that would have been morally correct. I know that he's an artist and he's gonna do it regardless, but that's all I was trying to say.
for the
no,
album, just in the respect for the album and the release date, that it was supposed to be released the same week, well, last week when Rihanna's single dropped, and they had pushed it back. So it's like they already lost money because they already pushed back the release. So pushing it back again, it would have been like, okay, now we're really eating into our wallet. So I didn't see.
And let's be real about this situation. Like this situation, it's not like this situation happened a couple of days ago or a couple months ago. We have a lot of situations that's been happening in the world. And that same day something happened, people are already making memes, making fun of people, talking about people. They don't wait 22 hours before they're out disrespecting and showing footage they shouldn't show. So why does Megan the Stallion deserve that level of entitlement? Like, it happens. You're in this game, and she's a part of the same system to me anyway. But I'll shut up.
I'm not
Honestly,
saying. Oh, sorry. Go
more
ahead.
of the conversation is why are we resharing, retweeting the videos of a man's final moments? Like
That too. That's so disgusting. It is.
That should be the conversation, not going back and forth on something that may or may not have been about you or directly about you. Like, I don't like, let's wait for the court case. Let's wait to see the final verdict because everybody in that situation, Meg included, has been less than transparent, has been less than honest and truthful about their part in the situation. So they all should have waited until everything is final and said and done with the court case before even having interviews, saying stuff in music, and just now it's a big mess and everybody has an opinion about everything.
Yeah, that's disgusting. I was watching I don't remember the YouTuber's live. I don't name the YouTuber, but he was saying that the black men, the heterosexual black men, need to see that video because they need to see what's been going on, the cause of them. And I was like sitting there watching, and I didn't leave the live because I think that's absolutely disgusting.
You said black men need to see what video? What?
The video of Takeoff, him dying and everything else, explicit videos and everything. He was basically saying that they need to see that they need to see what they do. I'm just like, that's not okay. Takeoff did not ask to be a martyr for anything. He didn't ask for that. He didn't want to be that. He didn't go there with intention to become a martyr for gun violence or whatever you want to call it. He didn't ask for that. And to sit there and disrespect his mother by continuously spreading this out, trying to break down the video, play cops and everything, is sick. And we also need to talk about the fact that it was 40 people in that vicinity. 40. One of them is gone. You telling me that it's been what, 3-4 days now, and we still have the case is not closed yet? That's what we should be talking about. The street code stuff.
Another woman and another man shot.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people right now. Mamas these days, mamas always can't see.
All right. Was there anybody else who wanted to? Fila, did you want to say anything else in closing?
Yeah, all I wanted to say, I just want to tap on a few things. I don't feel that. I don't feel like respect and, you know, the level of respect that you get is automatically tied with that word. I'll give you an example. When I was in prison, right, I would have loved for the prison guards to say, hey, Mr. Fila, we know who you are. You're an outstanding guy. Because of the situations brought up in poverty, you was out here robbing people. Would you like a cigarette? They didn't do that. They had a certain level of respect for me because of the way that I came to them through the courts and my paperwork. It said he is a robber, right? So that's the level of respect that I got because that's the level of respect that I earned. So I believe that you do have to take into account of what you do in today's society because people are always, you know, judging you to certain degrees. So when things do happen to you or you need allies or you want to say, hey, you know, I need you guys to support this. They're always going to take into account of what your previous reputation has been. So for the people who say, you know, no matter what a person has done, they should garner a certain level of respect. I do agree. But what level is what is kind of left to every individual's perception. So, you know, I agree with everybody saying because it's their own, you know, perspective. One thing I would say is if you don't want to alienate people in this lifetime, you can't be so aggressive and so have such a hard stance because the only box you leave people in is to either ride with you or not ride with you. But sometimes you can express yourself, you know, with so much love and understanding that even if people don't agree with you, maybe they will look into what you're saying. You get what I'm saying? So that's all I have to say about any issue that we discuss. I just think sometimes, you know, if you have such a hard stance, you're just going to alienate a bunch of people who don't agree with you, as opposed to just saying, you know, this is my opinion and this is why I think this way. Because then it kind of opens up the conversation for people to say, you know, I never thought about that, you know. So moving forward, you know, I always enjoy these conversations. Every time I come on Nick at Night, you always know I'm going to try to come with the positivity. I'm always try to, you know, spin it to where, you know, it could be like a learning experience, you know. And, you know, I appreciate all y'all for coming in. You know, a lot of y'all was talking with a lot of, you know what I'm saying, beautiful words, man. I love when people words have dress codes, you know, and code of conduct is just something that I'm into, you know, for our people. And I think moving ahead as a people, I think we just got to show a little bit more love, a little more understanding, and, you know, just us as an individual, just present your best self to the world. And, you know, that's how we come together and we move forward. You feel me?
All right. And on that note, we could end it. Thank you guys for all coming up and giving your thoughts and opinions on this matter. At the end of the day, in closing, I feel like as I always state, if you're going to have a moral compass, have it across the board. Don't wait until it's some celebrity that you have this tie with that makes your moral compass fickle. If you have a strong position on domestic violence or assaults against women, then let that be it. Okay? And let that be it across the board. Don't pick and choose when to be upset about something somebody said when it's somebody that you like. If a person always goes after women, always speaks on women, and always is that way, if you got a moral compass, stand on your moral compass and stop letting your moral compass be a deciding factor on who you like more at the time, because that's not how morals should go. And that's the problem that I have with social media. It's so fickle based on who I like at the time, who I, you know, okay, I like this person more. All right, so now I'm mad that you said something about them. But this same person says the same stuff about other women, and y'all don't be mad about it. So that's why I be like, child, I can't take it serious at times, because it's given pick and choose. Now, again, if you are a domestic violence survivor, my heart goes out to you. If that you ever had to experience any type of trauma at the hands of a male, I cover women having issues at the hands of men all the time. And I feel like any woman who has had anything done to her should get justice for it. I feel like any man who is out here putting their hands on women, doing wrong by women, I feel like they should be held accountable. So if the facts come out in court that he purposely pulled out his gun and he shot her, then she shall get her justice for that. Period. Okay? But until the facts come out, we still have so many conflating different stories. So I'm not going to be mad at people feeling like, all right, I'm going to wait till court come out because this was said, this report came out, this, and it's all kinds of confusion at that point. So that's all I'll say about that. Y'all let me know what y'all think down below. Obviously people, they won't hear that. If you're not taking the person's side that they like, they won't even hear you say anything but okay. She didn't say like say what I wanted her to say. You know, they won't listen to what you have to say unless you're completely taking the side of who they like or whatever. And you know, it is what it is. So I expect the comments to go a certain type of way. It is what it is. I'll see y'all on the next video. Shout out to Fila for coming on. Thanks for always coming on. Also tell them about your Instagram before we close out all the way.
Okay, my Instagram, my personal Instagram is _Fila. And on my Instagram, I always talk about 30 seconds a game, where I give 30 seconds a game. To me, game is God's amazing mental energy. So I'm giving you 30 seconds of God's amazing mental energy. So what I did was I started a separate YouTube page and a separate Instagram, and it's called 30 Seconds a Game. I just put it up yesterday. So if you want to subscribe to the YouTube or go and follow the Instagram, I will be putting up content. And like I always tell y'all, man, much love and respect, kings and queens.
All right. And on that note, we are out. Shout out to Sean Davey in the chat. They're asking for his YouTube. I don't know if you have, do you have a YouTube?
30 Seconds of Game.
That's your YouTube.
And if you want to go and look at my music, it's just Fila on YouTube.
Okay. All right. And we're going to be out on that note. Peace.